to Daddy, Dad and Me. We are James and Sam. We adopted our little man back in the summer of 2020, so just coming up for about 6 months or so on the roller coaster of parenting. We created this channel for those who haven't watched any of our videos on the channel just yet, because when we very first started our journey back in 2018, we kind of really struggled to find other people within the same position as us, and it really helped us along the way to find people like that. So we're using this platform and we've documented our journey right from the very start, and you'll see from our Instagram that was started back in 2018. So we hope it's a very open, honest account of everything that has gone along the way. Obviously there are certain bits that we can't share, or just we don't want to share with the internet, because once you popped it on the internet you never get it back. So yeah, there are bits that we won't share, but we're always happy to answer any questions. Please do follow us on any of our socials, on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or here on the blog, or sorry, vlog I should say. As you'll see from the title below, today's video is going to be all around competitive matching, and it's a subject that or even an area of adoption that you may not necessarily be aware of, and even if it's happening at the time, which we'll explain more so in the video. So I hope you find it useful. Come on through, grab a cuppa, and we'll chat more things competitive matching. So once you're approved as adopters, you will then start what they either call the linking or family finding process. We're going to refer to it as family finding here just because it kind of says what it does on the tin. What competitive matching basically is you, say for instance, you have a child that could be on Linkmaker, and you may have 20 adopters that almost are interested, or have put some interest in for that child. On some of those profiles, so not all children or all family finders will work this way, so it's just be mindful of it and ask if it's going to be a competitive match or considered a competitive match, purely because we didn't want to be involved with, and this is just our personal opinion, so we're not putting this on anybody else. Competitive matching is basically where the people involved will look at certain different factors. We don't know what they are, and we got very friendly with our social worker, and she just kind of gave us a lot of information around it. Again, just her own free will, we were just asking questions around it, and it's almost if it came down to two adopters, two different adopters, they could be looking at who has the nicer home, who has more financial stability, or who has more money. It's kind of things like that. So it's a very, what I would think, a very grey area, and we didn't want to become involved within that. It could be who has the longer amount of time, who seems nicer. It could be many different factors. So I would really welcome anyone involved with adoption if they're able to kind of share that, because even our social worker, who has been in the business a very long time, she couldn't really give any kind of concrete idea as to how the competitive matching would work, and it really put us off of it. Even though we, for Little Man, were from 5 adoptive couples, prospective adopters, down to us, it wasn't seen as a competitive match. It was just they had to whittle them down, whereas competitive matching, they should be relatively quite clear with you before you start that process, and it just didn't sit right with us, which is why we decided not to go down that avenue. You may decide that's the case, but it's so when 2019 was when we were considering profiles. We knew and we found out that some children had in excess of 80 to 100 people, if not more, logging interest, and obviously it's a lot of people to consider. The social workers, family finders and professionals involved may be able to easily kind of whittle it down, but definitely competitive matching, it's just a very grey area. You never really know what they're looking at, and I didn't want to feel like my emotions were being played with, and it's a very emotive time anyway, going through that part of the process at that time. So just be mindful of it. I would be very clear with people that are involved with it, ask them if it's going to be competitive matching, and I would ask them what factors are being considered, just so everyone is clear from day one. And then so you know as well, say we never got involved with it, so we never obviously went down that path. But yeah, be mindful of it, and it just kind of makes the experience of linking and matching and family finding, it might make it just that little bit easier and nicer, because we said no from the get-go. And we knew just from some of the conversations we were having with some of the social workers and family finders for the children, it was quite clear straight on. So we were just like, no, not interested, thanks very much. Just almost like a bit of self-preservation for us. So yes, they had been in the business for a long time, and even they weren't able to give a very kind of concrete or definitive answer as to what areas they were looking at. So you may speak with the family finders and social workers and find that that's not the case, and they're able to quite clearly say, yes, it could be who's on adoption leave longer, or who has more financial stability for that period of time, or who can meet X's needs more than that. So there's just a lot involved with it. So yeah, I hope you found this useful. Please do follow us on the Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and vlog as well. We really appreciate kind of speaking with other adopters, other prospective adopters, and getting to know you as well. So that's all from me today. Any questions, daddydadandme@gmail.com. And yeah, little man's at forest school today, so a bit of me time for the rest of the day. Take care, and I'll see you very, very soon. Bye.